Namaste. Welcome back to Marseille Monday, beautiful souls. Lovely to be back here. And today I have 3 questions for you that I will be answering with the Gassman Tarot. And before I had the Pierre Madanier Tarot, this one was most definitely my favorite. I love the colors in this deck. If you're not familiar with the Gassman Tarot, this is from Geneva, this restoration anyway. This is the Yves Renaud restoration. And there were 2 Gassman card makers listed in Geneva, Johann George Gassman and Francois Gassman, and this is the latter, produced this particular tarot in the canton of Geneva. And generally, this is a fairly traditional tarot, except for 3 cards, the Hanged Man, which is quite something, characterized by its close similar to that of a lance coignée, its 2 feet being attached, and the head of profile looking to the ground. Le Diable and its 2 servants of the Satyr Velis type, and the Ace of Cups, which is really kind of beautiful. It's in the Besançon style. And honestly, the whole deck to me kind of feels like another world, a little bit like a Dr. Seuss painting in some of the cards. And this one in particular, this Ace of Cups, which is for some reason on the bottom of the deck right now. And so let's get into these 3 questions. There have been in previous Marseille Mondays moving questions, questions regarding a decision about change. It's hard, right? I think it's, and I know a lot of people in my age bracket they do experience this, right? This is very, very real. And so this querent is looking for ongoing support with this very difficult decision. And that is one where they have a sense of independence and an ability to live the way they want to live. And yet they are torn with this choice of living closer to family, both for the nourishment of the family. There's no particularly negative energy there, but I suppose more than anything, it is a case of balance. It's a case of balance. So let's shuffle the cards and see how they respond. I've already been shuffling them while I prepared for this video and contemplating these questions. Well, the first one anyway. This is for a very dear client. There is an announcement. There is a loud trumpeting. The angels are speaking. I feel like you would be advised to really pay attention to announcements, and that might come uh, loudly as from proclamations from your guides waking you up at night. Do you have a piece of paper and pen or pencil beside your bed? If not, put one there. This card comes up when we are shifting gears, when our journey is changing. So, yes, indeed, the moving is inevitable, and the reflection of that feels intensely personal. And I think with this major showing up here, this double change card, XX, as well as this quite hard hitting major, that this is a really important time for you. So let's add a couple more cards to this story. 2 of Cups, reflection, relationship, love. It's just a really beautiful card. There's a lot that grows around the cups, through the cups, from the cups. There's this beautiful garden, if you will, below. And then we have these 2 dragon-esque figures above. What is at the root of this question? What is the health of your garden? What do I mean by that? What does that metaphorically represent for you? Are you at a good point in your life to make this decision? Where would your garden be healthier? Relationships. Are you in a relationship? Is this about a personal relationship with a partner, or is this about ongoing emotions and the moving of the energy and the development of relationship with your children and grandchildren and whoever is going to be around if you move close to family? Something life altering here, I would say, with the change of energy around family. And there's that Ace of Cups that absolutely wanted to make an appearance here. Something is awakening and opening, and the cup here isn't open. I feel like at this point, the emotions are, you can see in the two, they are open, but we've had this interesting order of card presentation. So we have the 20, which is a 2, and then a 2, and then a 1. So these numbers feel early in development. So, do we have any indication whether this would represent family or your independence? You know, when I'm working with people in the tarot, I'm always thinking and questioning the questions. Why are you asking this question? Is there healing? Because when I think of water and cups and wine and flow and reflection, there's three people gazing at each other. One's looking up to the angel. This almost looks a little bit like the Lover's card, the way that we have the three people engaging in that card. So there's lots of people. Well, not lots, but there's three people here. There's implication of two people in this card and a very full cup. I think more than anything, you have a lot to offer. You have a lot to give. I know it's not just about giving. It's not just about giving, but perhaps I'm leaning towards that the thriving, the happiness, the flow of energy may speak to being closer to family. Now, I know some of you may look at these cards and think, oh, one, couple, relationships, work on your independence. You may read that as well too. I think I'm going to add a couple more cards to this story just for clarification. Valet of Cups, more cups. Is this a grandson? You know, I really have been thinking about the Valet of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and all that they offer. The Valet's cup is also covered, something is contained. And maybe this is about your role as the opener of the container. I feel like you have great, great power. And then there's the Lover's card. You see what I mean? This really interesting thing going on here. Now, the Maiden would be reflected here. I mean, you can't do this one for one, but I was thinking about this, like an announcement about maybe this is more like and it's so similar with the angels in both cards, right? It's like the angels are blessing your family. And is there a reason that if you are contemplating or you are in a relationship that also can't be nourished if you are close to family? And it's funny, I know some of you might argue with me that this is pointing towards your independence and your nourishment of a partnership. But I feel that this is bigger. This is about all the players in the family and the way they nurture and support one another. So, your question was, is it important to be where I feel that I will thrive, or is living closer to family in my best interest? I think this is about mutual nourishment. I really do. I think beyond that, the movement of energy, energy in motion, motion is so powerful here. And you have a really important role to fulfill in opening hearts, opening some of these cups. I hope that helps. Thank you. Question number 2. I am planning an adventure. I was thinking of heading out on my own. This querent has been humming and hawing about this for a while, about a international trip, and they would, if I'm reading their heart correctly, would really like to do this alone. But I think there is a little fear and wondering if it would be better to have somebody accompany them on this journey. And as always, I ask this message be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. I've learned a thing or two about traveling over the years, and there is nothing like traveling independently. It's an amazing experience. La Lune. Your reflection, your discovery, your journey, following it's like you're following a path of, maybe there's something to this journey about tracing DNA, tracing ancestry, going back to old churches, old graves, libraries, museums. Dark, it's like I can smell old books, dark and musty places. Learning something about your own reflection, your divine feminine reflection. Okay, so we have 3 of coins, and ooh, this is a great card for traveling and international travel. We see that the figure in the world card is protected on all sides, that we have strong energy surrounding this solo figure. As the 21st card, as the world card, this is like you emerging into the world. And you might question this 3 here. So 3 of coins. These coins are in the shape of the blade, which is an active symbol, energy of fire and drive and will. And look at all that is flourishing around that 3 of coins. It feels grounded, it feels earthy, it feels powerful, like you will grow through this journey as you walk your feet across this earth on this path of self discovery. This is for you, this is about you. And I don't think you need to be afraid of the moon being the first card. I think journeying on your own is exactly what needs to happen so that you will know this growth, that you will indeed feel like you have emerged and moved through something that maybe you have put on the back burner for a long time. Okay? Thank you. Because I read with Waite Smith and Waite Smith inspired decks for so long, I have a large following of followers who love these kinds of decks. And in 2024, when I did my Tarot de Marseille revival personal journey, which I shared my Saturday chats. I feel that I upset some of my loyal followers, that I was shifting direction and that this was the way that I was going to be going now. And I had a few questions similar to this one where people just didn't feel as connected to the Tarot de Marseille. Is it really as good a reader? Those kinds of questions. And so this client, who has been a client for a long time, asked if I would ask the cards this question and see how they respond. And I think the fear is that it doesn't get to the spirit in the same way. But all that I have practiced, all that I have been practicing over the last couple years, and it was several years before that that I had dabbled with the Tarot de Marseille and this reconnection in 2024. It's been really, really powerful. So I hope we get an interesting answer here. It's a kind of an odd question to be asking a tarot deck. Same card. Wow. I would say this is a response that says, of course, La Lune, La Lune. And we see the full moon because of the sun. Of course, we can bring in planetary and esoteric connections. We can talk about our shadow and our challenges with the Tarot de Marseille. The Tarot de Marseille is full and it's rich, and there is a real loveliness with the minor arcana, especially a card like this, the Nine of Cups, where we can talk about the cards, be the cups, the elements being in alignment, and observe the flow of energy between the cups, or some of the cups grouped together. What is happening with the shift of color? We have blue and red, so we have balance, we have harmony between red and blue, masculine and feminine. And if you look closely at the cups, they are both blue and red. And all of this is connected with two gold rings. And then this death card. So, yes, the Tarot de Marseille can approach challenging topics. It can help to inspire, and as needed, will point us exactly where we need to go. It need not, or the tarot need not be familiar. It need not reflect contemporary scenes and settings to understand the essence of what is going on. The scythe here is a powerful tool to clear away. And I think there's something about these three cards coming together that says that this journey that we take, this journey that we wander through our darkness, will truly help us to find happiness. And with that, we will be able to finally clear what we have been holding on to and move forward with a fresh start. So I don't really think it's a question as much it is a level of comfort and practice. And this is something with tarot students that I say again and again. It's why I offer readings in pretty much all of my classes. In order to get good, in order to get comfortable reading the tarot, we must practice. Whatever your deck is, whatever your system is, you need to practice. You can't just study the cards, you need to use them and shuffle them and read with them. I think this group of cards also says that you will be more than fulfilled in depth and depth and complication and insight with the Tarot de Marseille. So don't worry about getting any less of a reading with this system. So I hope you enjoyed these responses, and I look forward to your feedback. And if you would like me to answer your question, be sure to leave that as a comment below. And I will see you soon. Take good care. Namaste.